that the issue of reducing the wage bill from the current 46% of our revenue to that 5%, it is not a nice to have, it's a must to have. It is not an option, it's an imperative. And in this regard, the ministry is also cognizant of the fact that this is not the only issue that we have to deal with to reduce our recurrent expenditure, which continues to frustrate our ambitions. As we open our balance sheet every year, we open with an irrevocable commitment to fund several programs, to fund our free primary program, to fund our free secondary program, to fund our fertilizer subsidy program, to fund our social protection, to fund our counties, to fund our NGCDF. I don't know why anybody would want to be the president of this country. Because even before we open the year, we are opening with so many commitments which are irrevocable and which are non-discretionary. So to add to this issue of the wage bill shows that we really are already operating within a very constrained fiscal space, and so therefore we must do. And in this regard, my ministry commits on behalf of national government to do 4 things. 1, I will be shortly moving to cabinet to seek cabinet approval that all establishment, all staff establishment as approved, subject to cabinet approval, will remain suspended until review of the same is done, so that we can ask ourselves whether those establishments make sense or not. Secondly, my ministry is going to spearhead a government-wide program of looking at our processes, reviewing our processes, asking ourselves which processes are not making sense, asking ourselves which processes can be done using digitization, so that as we review our establishment, that we are able to have a public service that is fit for purpose. That, Your Excellency, as has been mentioned in the commitment, is to ensure that by December 2024, we migrate everybody from the president to the smallest person, to the driver within public service, to a system of performance management, and that one we will implement. Finally, Your Excellency, is on the issue of training. All public servants must be trained. To have public servants who are not trained is like taking someone from the streets, giving them a gun, recruiting them into the police service without taking them to Kikanjo and expecting them to perform. Everyone must be trained so that we can all act in a consistent, coherent manner so as to build our value system within the public service. Thank you, Excellency. Now it is my pleasure to invite the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the one on Henry Quick, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi. Thank you.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, Your Excellency, the Deputy President, my colleagues in Cabinet, the Chair of SRC, distinguished governors, participants, good afternoon. I had an opportunity to say something when I was there, so I will just limit my remarks so that we can give the President ample time to make a more detailed pronouncement on this issue. But first, let me commend the SRC and all the people who have put this convention together, because indeed it is a very significant gathering that is aimed at shaping and improving our economy. That is absolutely important. The second thing is just to be a little bit maybe philosophical. Ladies and gentlemen, you know Bomas is famous. Resolutions in Bomas sometimes are bitter, sour, or sweet. But today we are gathered here on a very fundamental issue. And what I want to acknowledge is that we are all resolving that the target of 35% to revenue ratio on our wage bill is significant, it's important, it's a critical target. You are resolving to be part of a team that is now going to be enjoined to Zakayo, in quotes, so that you can be part of these tough decisions that have got to be made. The President of the Republic of Kenya has been making very tough decisions, extremely tough, because the status of the economy that was inherited by the Kenya Kwanza government was extremely difficult, and it remains difficult. So difficult decisions have got to be made to deal with debt, to deal with revenue, to deal with security, and so many other things. And what we are addressing here, and the resolve that we shall have in making sure that we can follow through on this, is going to be both bitter, sour, but ultimately sweet for the people of Kenya if we do it right, and we do it knowing that we have a target set collectively to improve the well-being of the country. So that is all I can say. Let me not go into any other numbers or details. And it is my honor to request the Deputy President Rigathi to come forward and make his remarks, and thereafter invite His Excellency the President.
Your Excellency, this is a very important conference. And in my thinking, I should have been invited on the first day, not the last one. Because this must be a very truthful conversation that requires a truthful and honest man. But now I'm coming at the tail end. I'll still speak truthfully. Your Excellency, I've been asked as convened in Maribe to comment. It is true We do sit with officials from the national government and our governors in that forum called IBEC. And the truth of the matter is that the wage bill and characters with